Hey everyone, it's Greg Birch with Family First Life Connect. Welcome to the Top Producer Corner, episode 3. And in this podcast, what I do is talk to agents across the nation about different aspects of the business, different things I'm doing, tips, tricks, and I take also recommendations from my agents or other agents that reach out that want to know about different parts of the business. So, last night had a team meeting, team huddle with my team, and we talked a lot about objections, overcoming objections, training on objections, scripting in order to be able to overcome them while setting appointments on the phone. And today I was reading A Sell or Be Sold by Grant Cardone. And side note, if you're watching this and you're in any way, shape, or form an entrepreneur, or you're an agent, or you're with Family First Life, you should be reading daily. I highly recommend it. Professional reading is a staple in my daily schedule now. I read about 30 to 40 minutes, 45 minutes a day, and it has massively changed. I think it's probably the biggest thing that I've done this year in 2021 that's changed me as a person, personally, professionally, my business, my ability to just overcome obstacles just because of the knowledge I'm gaining. So, and then also I like to apply that. So, sorry for that side note. Anywho, I was reading Sell or Be Sold, and in it, Grant Cardone, and it just happened to be the chapter I was reading at the time. He's talking about objection overcoming, and really the concept of the hard sell. And the hard sell concept, what he talks about, is not is not like forcing people into a sale. Yet what it is, it's more of that difficult moment when someone starts to give you an objection, and you challenge the customer, the client, out of care, because you know that your service, that your product, that you as a person are the best option for that client. And you know that what you're providing for them, they need. Okay. So that's a very difficult time. And it's that moment where it gets really uncomfortable. Paul McLean talks about this a lot, and he talks about, like, hey, he would just take objection after objection and just continue to ask for the sale over and over again until it got to the point where, like, you got to go. Either they got it or they're like, you got to get out. But at the same time, like, he made sure that he did everything in his power in order to attain that sale, or help the client, or get told to leave. That's the hard sale. Okay. Pushing past that, instead of just being like them saying, hey, we really want to think about it, and you say, well, there's nothing to think about, the company's got to think about you also, or whatever however you overcome it. After you overcome it and they say, yeah, but we still want to think about it, and you say, okay, all right, okay, so when's your next time you're available, and you try to reschedule with them, they're not going to sit with you. Don't think that because you've scheduled another time and they actually gave you a time and date, they're not going to sit with you again. You lost the sale. You didn't push through. When things got hard, you gave up. Okay. So that pushing past that is important. And how you push past that, how you start to challenge clients out of care, is by learning how to overcome objections properly. You can do this on the phone. You can do this in the home. There's going to be two different sets, obviously, but the mindset for both of them is the same. And that's what this podcast is all about. It's about the mindset and why you want to script it. First and foremost, scripting. Scripting is super powerful and it's important. Okay. People need to know what to say. I laugh when I hire a new agent and they're like, the first thing is, do you have scripts? Yeah, we have scripts. And then they'll read them like, yeah, well, I want to make this my own words. Don't make it your own words. If you were a professional script writer and you've been doing this for a long time, I would say then you have something to work with, but you're not. So follow what's being done by others and people that are having success. Say it so much that they become your words, period. That you just seem natural and confident when you say those words. And it takes practice. It's not something that comes, automatically by reading it on a piece of paper a couple times or saying it out loud once. This is something that you're going to have to practice continuously. You should follow the script to the T. If there's a misplaced comma, read it as is. Just read the script. Don't overcomplicate things. You don't have to recreate the wheel, especially not here in FFL. Everything's been done already. Everything's been thought through just about. Everyone that's above us, they've been testing and trying all these processes since FFL started. And everything that you think that you have a good idea about that you want to test that's new, it's not new, it's been tried. So just follow the system. And part of the following system is getting the script and following the script. It's important. It's going to help you. Now, when you have the script, you need to study that script so well that you can say it backwards, forwards. Anybody at any time could walk up to you and just give you an objection, and you could say it without thinking automatically. When you get to that level, you're good. You're going to be set a lot of appointments. You're going to push through a lot of hard sales. You're going to help a lot of clients, and that you're going to ascend into the realm of a true professional, like a top sales professional. Okay. And the only way you can do that is by being able to push to really challenge clients out of care. Think about this, like, and in the book also, when I was reading today is Grant Cardone compares it from overcoming objections, like cooking, like a recipe. Okay. And he just says, think about your grandma or your 8-year-old grandma, that one person, that's like old, has this recipe that they cook that always tastes the same. And they don't have a cookbook. They know exactly what they need. They barely even use measurement. They just know. They've done it so many times over and over. They can make it exactly to a T the same time every single time. If they change anything in that recipe, the dish is different. It doesn't taste the same. It's not right. And you can taste it. That's what overcoming objections are. It's a recipe. It's a specific ingredients mixed in a specific way, put in the oven at a specific time, and then left to cool for a specific time for you to consume and get the end result. If you do it, you will get the end result. If you replace anything within, you will not get the desired end result. And then you'll be sitting there wondering, well, why didn't this work? It's because you didn't practice and you didn't do it the way it's supposed to be done. Okay. In the military, we had something that we called battle drills. Okay. And battle drills were something that we did over and over and over again. And when I say over and over again, like we would spend entire days outside doing it for hours on end, the same action that would take about 5 minutes to go through again and again and again and again. And you're tired. You're like, man, we've been doing this for 2 hours. Oh, well, suck it up. We're not good enough yet. And we just did it. But it got to a point, the reason that you would do that action is because they want that when you actually go to war and the bullets start flying, what happens? Your brain shuts off because of the fog of war. You can't think straight, but your subconscious kicks in and you just act. Okay. So there's a field manual called Field Manual 7-8, has all these different battle drills, like react to contact or assault a bunker or react to an ambush. Okay. And what you do is you do those things over and over again. So when those situations happen, you can execute. These battle drills, these situations that could happen to you are no different than as an insurance agent having an objection. There's only so many types of contact that can happen to a soldier. They found all of them and they said, this is exactly what you got to do. If every single person does this, you will be successful. You have a higher chance of surviving. Not that it's not going to make you bulletproof. It's not going to make you impenetrable, and it's going to, but it severely increases your chance of living and of success of making it through that contact. Okay, this is the same thing. We can every single objection that could happen has already been documented. We already know them. They've already been talked about, and we have rebuttals to overcome those objections. Period. We just do. Now, we're not guaranteeing you survival. But we're guaranteeing you, if you do it exactly, if you say it exactly the way that you're told to say it with the exact words, your chances for getting past that and making the sale significantly increased. So I tell my team all the time, you should know your script and your objection rebuttals, your overcoming objections so well that if I were to come over to your house in the middle of the night while you're sleeping and wake you up and start you awake and throw an objection at you, you'd spit it out. That's an extreme example, but that's how good you should thrive and want to be. You should want to be that good. You should want to be able to overcome any objection. You should be practicing it every single day. And this goes to the last part of this podcast. How do you do this? You just practice. You just do the work. Do something as simple as practicing 15 minutes with objections. Write down all the objections, have all the ways that you're going to overcome them, say them out loud. Call a friend, have them say it to you. Call a different friend the next day, have them say it to you. Call your parents, have them say it to you. Call your brothers or sisters, call a different family, whoever you have, loved one, friends, upline, me, anyone. Find somebody that will do that for you and do it daily. 15 minutes doesn't take that long. I promise you, if you do it like this every single day, you start the day off like this, you're going to be able to start overcoming some objections like a pro. You'll get better on the phone than Paul McLean, who I think, my opinion, probably the best on the phone in all of FL, probably all the insurance industry. But you're not going to get there by just listening to a podcast like, oh, that's good. You're not going to get there by saying you want to do it. You're going to get there by doing the work, doing the hard work. So practice every day. Read daily. Like I said earlier, read daily. 15 to 30 minutes. Okay. And then on top of practicing and reading, the other part of practicing is going to be actually get on the phones, actually getting in homes and applying what you've been learning, applying what you've been practicing. Make that muscle memory, that memory within your mind, make it muscle memory, make it part of your subconscious, make it basically when you're in your mind, when you have all these memories, okay? And they're connected. These memories are connected. That's how you can actually remember things. So I did this class about how to create take short-term to long-term memories. And it's almost like walking a path. If you have two memories, you connect them for however reason. Maybe, if you remember a situation you had as a kid, and then something happens as an adult that reminds you of that situation as a kid, it's like a really powerful memory. The more you connect that, it's almost like it's creating a long-term memory now, because now you just walk that path over and over again, thinking about the situation that happens as a kid. So that path, the more you walk it, the more that path becomes just set in. But what happens when you don't walk a path in the woods? It kind of gets overgrown and it starts to disappear. So the more you walk that path, what you're doing and what I'm proposing is that you have to walk that path of this, your scripting, the training, the reading, like take notes while you're reading, highlight, go back to it and read it every once in a while, just to remind yourself of like what you were thinking during that time. That's how you're going to increase your memory. That's how you're going to be able to increase your performance, your production, and really, like I said, ascend to the level of a professional sales producer or professional insurance producer. So that's all I have for today. I just wanted to kind of go over that as some of the thoughts that I had after talking with my team last night and doing the reading I was doing today. And I thought it was really powerful. It touched me. So I was like, I want to share this with everybody. Everybody here, and what last note I want to impart upon anyone watching this is everybody has the ability to do this. This is not God-given talent. This is skill. This is doing the same consistent action day in and day out without fail until you get so good that you're better than everyone else around you. It's completely up to you, though. If you want to take those actions to have the success that you want to have. So if you're thinking that, I can't do that, get those words out of your head. Because if you tell yourself you can't do it, you can't. You're right. If you tell yourself you can do it, you can. You're also right. So I hope this helps for everybody. If you are watching this and you like the content, give me a like and subscribe. Hit the notification button so that you can get notified anytime, or you get an alert anytime we post content. We do it twice a week, 2 to 3 times a week, where I talk either like this, the Top Producers Corner, or if I'm talking to new agents that are in the field having success, over the New Agent Experience podcast. Thank you guys for your time, and God bless